Hey y'all, Katie here. This is like a little opinion piece of a video, um, with the headline being uh, Enlightenment Doesn't Heal Trauma. Yeah. So, what's inspired me to talk about this and has gotten me thinking about this is just my own life experiences, my own life curiosities or desires, and my path so far, and some things I've seen along the way in spirituality and the healing realms. And so, a little background, I used to listen to Muji a lot, for anyone familiar with him. He's a spiritual teacher, and I love him. I love Muji. um, but if you've ever watched any of his videos, um, and you see his satsang, and some of the people who are interacting, talking to him, they're in his ashram and they have questions, and some of them can be so emotionally caught up. And he's giving this like sage advice, right? About how like not to log in, just witness it, just see it for the illusion that it is, whatever. And what I've come to see just from me indulging that fully, and then me also being lucky and blessed to like receive a lot of more personalized attunement and nervous system support, um, is that, and now that I have more understanding of our nervous systems, I'm just like, whoa, some of these people are just really dysregulated. Their nervous systems are really dysregulated, and they can't even, they need help. They need support, actually. They need co-regulation, because we have these human bodies, and if we didn't get adequate co-regulation when we were little ones, right, we still need that like body to body education, that body transmission, right? Just a nervous system who does have the capacity to just sit there with you, hold space, to hold your body, whatever, or even just to like have some shoulder to shoulder contact. So your body can start to like resonate and hum at that level of safety. That's what some of these people need, because they have like such a backlog of unprocessed trauma in their system that his words are like falling over deaf ears. And I think that's kind of what's missing in some of these spiritual teachings, these advanced spiritual teachings that are now just more readily accessible for the masses, for the public. And that's how we get spiritual bypassing. Because part of our mind knows it's true, and we can really use that. But it's not going to actually heal or digest trauma layers. And what is trauma? Trauma's not trauma's not what happened to you. Um, what is the quote? I'm trying to remember. It's like, trauma is what happens when, in the absence of an empathetic witness, right? So it's when it's very physiological. It's when our system doesn't have the bandwidth to process in the moment whatever is happening in the environment. And so then it goes into very intelligent survival stress responses. And then that will just be there for a later time. Eventually, whenever that is, whether that's the next day when someone's like, whoa, what happened? And let's I'm here for you, and we can be with that and let that process. Or it's 30 years later. Doesn't matter, no one's doomed. So while these spiritual truths are true, and you could lean into them, right, and not have to find like a somatic therapist or whatever, co-regulation buddy, someone to hold space for your emotions, looking at what's there, feeling what's been buried for however long. You don't have to do any of that, and you can still um, lean on your spiritual beliefs, right? Because they're true, whatever your spiritual beliefs are. Um, it's not my place to tell you what's true or not, you know? And I think multiple truths can coexist. So you could do that. No one has to like be forced to heal trauma. But if you want to feel more freed up, I don't know if the spiritual teachings alone will do that for you, because you'll almost be like battling your own physiology, your own biology. Because how the nervous system works is actually, our life experience is actually very bottom up versus this top down, that we think that our mind is this control center that has like ultimate power. It does have power, and especially the more we sharpen that. But if our nervous system is this information highway, or this information system that interacts with the environment and then the inner environment of the body, right? They're just like constantly interfacing. So 20% is top down. Our influence over our biology and our physical state, we have 20% power there. The rest, 80%, is bottom up, signals from within our body, right? And that's where this trauma stuff comes into play. Like if there's memories our body's holding, it's been holding for a while, and there's a backlog, right? There's several layers that want to be peeled through. That's information that our body, 80%, is sending up to our command center and our logic meaning making center of what is true, or what our reality is. 80% is environment signals signaling our body up to the mind. So, hot take of the morning. Hey, cheers. Yeah, enlightenment doesn't heal trauma, but may we all awaken if that's what we want. And may we all I don't want to be too specific, you know? We all could have different wishes. I wanted to say something like, may we all learn to soften enough to be able to receive support, and to know what it feels like to feel held, know what it feels like to feel safe, to feel safe enough in our own bodies, in our own environment, in relationships. Because when our body starts to feel safer, things process, things settle more, things are freed up more. We have way more space to be present with also all of these spiritual truths. I'm not perfect at any of this either. That goes without saying, I figure, but I'll say it. So, alright. I'm gonna sign out and have a lovely day. Lovely Cancer season, Cancer Kazemi, Jupiter Kazemi, Cancer new moon. I'm cancering out in my robe right now with my tea. Alright, bye.